Verina is the strongest support and one of the most popular 5-star that mostly all of us have currently. She uses the rectifier and provides a lot of team-wide buffs and healing on which she can have 100% uptime, off-field damage, and a passive that protects us from death. In this video, I will cover her kit, playstyle, equipments, echo stats, teams, and more. Without any further ado, let's jump right into it. I will skip her basic attacks because it's just different ways of using her basic attacks. Her skill just deals some spectro damage. However, it is very useful since it provides 30 concerto energy. Her outrow skill is a very crucial part of her kit, so this is much needed. Her resonance liberation has an energy cost of 175, deals some spectro damage and restores HP and applies a photosynthesis mark on the enemies. When any team member hits an enemy with the photosynthesis mark, Verina will deal a coordinated attack dealing spectro damage and healing the active character. The mark lasts for 12 seconds and the coordinated attack can be triggered once every second, which means a maximum of 12 times. The ultimate skill has a cooldown of 25 seconds. Moving on to her Forte circuit. Verina can have up to 4 photosynthesis energy stacks. She gains 1 stack from her 5th basic attack hit on hitting an enemy with her resonance skill and by hitting an enemy with her intro skill. Casting a heavy attack consumes 1 stack and restores 12 concerto energy to her and heals the entire team. The same effect can be triggered by her mid-air attack when she has photosynthesis stack. We will mostly be using her resonance skill for the stack and do heavy attack to consume the stack as we don't want to spend much time with her on field. More about her rotations later. Her intro skill just deals some spectro damage. There's no use for this. Her outro skill is amazing. You can cast her outrow skill by filling her concerto energy bar. It restores HP of the character you switch into by 19% of her attack every second for 6 seconds. Additionally, all character in the team get 15% all type of damage bonus for 30 seconds. Next is her inherent skill or passive skill. When Verina casts her heavy or mid-air attacks while in the possession of photosynthesis stacks of her Forte circuit, or if she casts her resonance liberation or her outrow skill, the attack of all party members will be increased by 20% for 20 seconds. Her second inherent skill will protect a party member from taking fatal damage and grants them a shield equal to 120% of her attack. This can be triggered every 10 minutes. Moving on to her skill priority, you can just keep all her skills at level 1 as we only care about the buffs she provides and some heals, which are enough even if her skill levels are at 1. She can do some off-field damage, but we don't really care about that. However, if you do want to level her skills to get the maximum value from her, level her ultimate skill, followed by her Forte, and the other skills doesn't really matter. Moving on to her resonance chains. I will only cover the important advancements to keep the video short. Her second advancement grants her 1 extra photosynthetic stat of her Forte passive and 10 extra concerto energy. This lets you make her rotation kind of short by a few seconds by letting you cast her outrow skill faster. Her next best advancement, her 4th one, which is great for spectro characters. After using resonance liberation, outrow skill and heavy or mid-air attack of her Forte passive, she increases the spectro damage bonus by 15% of all party members. However, the problem is aside from the rover, we don't have any other spectro character. But in future, we surely have some great spectro DPS. These two were the only noteworthy advancements of Verina, but she of course doesn't need them. Even at 0 advancements, she is a top-tier support. Before we start with her equipments, it is important we talk about her energy requirements. Her ultimate is a very important part of her kit, so we need to make sure we have 100% uptime on it. The amount of energy you need depends widely on how much liberation energy your other party member can generate while her ultimate is in cooldown. That is in 25 seconds. Around 140 to 180% energy regeneration should be a safe amount to have on her. Let's move on to her weapons. Since Verina has high energy requirements, variation is the best option for her as it provides energy regen, and it also provides concerto energy. Rectifier of Voyager, which is a 3-star weapon, is also great in a smaller version of the variation. It can provide more concerto energy as it can be easily taken to R5, but it still provides less energy regen as it is a 3-star weapon. So these two are her best weapon options. The attack percent weapons like the Cosmic Ripple, Jinju Keeper, can be used for more healing, but using her ultimate consistently is more important. Moving on to her echoes. Her best set would be the Rejuvenating Glow set, as it provides 15% attack buff to all the team members that lasts for 30 seconds after healing an ally. The Moonlit Clouds is a decent alternative. It increases the attack of the next resonator you switch into, after using Outrow's skill by 22.5% for 15 seconds. The Rejuvenating Glow set would be better overall as it provides team-wide buff, which will increase the damage of your sub-DPS as well. The Moonlit Cloud set provides higher buffs, but it is limited to only one character. The Bellborn Jocelyn is the best echo skill for her, or generally any support. It gives damage reduction and damage boost to teammates. If you are running the Moonlit set and don't have the Bellborn Echo, Impermanence Heron is a decent option. It gives 10 resonance energy, and if Outrow skill is used within 15 seconds of casting the Echo skill, it will increase the next character's damage dealt by 12%. For Echo stats, focus on getting the required amount of energy regen, then go for healing bonus and attack percent. Moving on to her rotation, using Verina's Outrow skill is extremely important for the buff. Similarly, her ultimate skill is also important for the continuous heals. So here's her rotation. We don't want to give her much field time, so you start with her skill and do a heavy attack to consume the photosynthesis stack of her 4-day passive for the Concerto energy, then switch her out and go to your other characters like your sub-DPS or main DPS to prepare their skills, and after around 12 seconds switch back to her and use her skill and heavy attack, and then use her ultimate. By now you should have her Concerto energy bar filled, so switch to your main DPS. This will trigger her Outrow skill and buff the whole team. Make sure to use the Echo skill before using Verina's Outrow if you are using the Bellborn Echo. If you are using the Impermanence Heron Echo, you can use it at the start of her rotation or towards the end depending on how much resonance energy you need. If your ultimate is ready without using this skill, use it after unleashing the ultimate. Use the tap version of this skill, don't hold it. Here's an example rotation with Verina, Mortefi, and Gian team. Do keep in mind my rotation itself has not been executed quite well and my characters are also with a noob build. Anyways, I start with Verina's skill and heavy attack, then switch to Mortefi, use his skill and 4 basic attacks, then switch to Gian, use his resonance skill and echo skill, then I switch back to Verina, use her skill and heavy attack, then use her ultimate. Before switching out, I use her echo skill. Then I switch to Mortefi to use his skill and ultimate and do some basic attacks till my Concerto energy gets filled. And then I switch back to Gian, use his burst, then resonance skill, and then spam the basic attack button and use the resonance skill again when it gets ready. The rotation you would want to use highly depends on your echo skill and set. If you are using the Moonlit Echo set, you strictly need to switch to your main DPS after Verina. So with this set, you need to use your sub-DPS before going to your Verina and then switch to your main DPS. In early or mid-game, since we don't have many good artifact options, getting energy regen on her can be difficult, which makes casting her ultimate skill quite inconsistent. So focus on at least using her Outrow skill. Now for her teams. Well, there's nothing much to talk about here. She can fit into literally any team as she is the best support and healer in the game. The basic team composition is a DPS character, a sub-DPS, and Verina. Rover, Sanua. Verina is an F2P example of her team. Gian, Mortefi. Verina should be the current best team in the game. So yeah, her team is like Verina plus to any character. And with this, I will end this video. Let me know in the comments if you found this video helpful. Don't forget to like and share this video with your friends. Make sure to subscribe to my channel for more Wuthering Waves content. Thanks for watching.